Hello friends and dear students. Today we are going to start the 12th class physics and unit 1 and first topic rotational dynamics. Let's see the 12th physics from state book, and we know for the 12th class physics there are 16 chapters. There are 16 chapters and these 16 chapters are divided into 6 units. So let's see the first unit number 1. And in this unit 1 there is first topic rotational dynamics. Rotational dynamics. So before starting the rotational dynamics, first of all see the subject physics. So we know the subject physics, it is the one of the science in which we deal with the study of the materials and their properties. And we know in physics there are lot of branches. There are lot of branches such as optics, modern physics, mechanics, and number of branches. Another example is the magnetism. Okay. So let's see, we are going to study rotational dynamics. It is the topic taken from the mechanics branch. So there are number of branches in physics. We are going to study about the mechanics. Mechanics, one of the branch of the physics. Now, mechanics is divided into the two sub branches. Mechanics has two branches. First, statics. Second is kinematics. Now, what is meant by the statics? What is meant by the statics? Statics is the one of the branch in the mechanics. In the mechanics, in which we study the motion. But here, in the statics, it is the branch in which we are going to study the body or any matter which are at rest. Suppose the body which is at rest. Body at rest. So, study of the body. Study of the body which is at rest. जब भी आप बॉडी को आप स्टडी करोगे तो उसके बारे में कोई फिनोमेना पढ़ते हो, तो पढ़ते समय अगर वो बॉडी कैसे होती है, रेस्ट में होती है, और उसके बारे में जो भी इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट करोगे, साइंटिफिक इंफॉर्मेशन, वो इंफॉर्मेशन कौन से ब्रांच में है? स्टैटिक्स. So statics is the branch in which we are going to study the body which is at rest. Next branch, kinematics. Kinematics, that is the another branch of the mechanics. Now, what do you mean by the kinematics? What do you mean by the kinematics? So, whenever a body is in the motion, when a body or if a body is in the motion, then study about the body which is in the motion is nothing but the kinematics. Okay. So mechanics, there are two branches, statics and kinematics. Kinetics. Statics means the study of body which is at rest, and kinematics is the study of the body in the motion. Again, there are two branches of the kinematics. There are two branches of the kinematics. First branch of the kinetics is kinematics. Second branch of the kinetics is dynamics. Okay. So kinematics has two branches. One kinematics, second is dynamics. Now in both these cases, we are going to study of motion of body. We are going to study of motion of body. In both cases, we are going to study about the motion of the body. But in kinematics, we are not considering the cause of motion. We are not considering the cause of motion. Means kinematics means not considering cause of motion. So kinematics is the branch in which we study the motion of a body without considering the cause of the motion. So what do you mean by cause? Cause means suppose the body initially at rest. To make it into in a certain motion, we have to apply some external force. We have to use some external force. When we use some external force on some certain bodies, the body gets started or gets into the motion. Means they performs the motion. So for the motion of the body, for the motion of this body, the cause is the force. This is the cause. So for this motion, the cause is the force. So we are not considering cause. Cause means force. So in kinematics, we are not considering the force. Without considering the force, we are going to study about the motion. We are going to study about the motion. So what do you mean by the study about the motion means? We are going to study about the displacement. We are going to about the velocity, acceleration, and number of physical quantities. So we are going to study about the motion of body without considering the force. Means we are going to consider only remaining physical quantities or remaining terms without considering the force. Means terms like displacement, velocity, acceleration, time. So kinematics, it is the branch in which we are studying the motion of body but not studying the cause of the motion. Next is dynamics. So what is dynamics? In this branch, dynamics, we are going to study about the motion. Motion means kinetics. So dynamics means it is a branch in which we are studying motion. We are studying motion and its causes. Here we are not considering the cause means force, but here in the dynamics we are considering cause. We are considering force means we are considering now force. So dynamics, it is the branch of physics in which we are going to study about the motion of the body with the cause. So motion of body with cause. So dynamics means study of motion of body with cause. With cause means we are going to consider or study about the force and their results. Okay. So this is all about very short information about the physics and the number of branches. Few branches are given here. So out of we study the body which are at rest. Kinetics, in which we are going to study about the body motion. And then kinematics again has two branches. First, kinematics, in which we are going to study about the motion of the body, but not considering the force. Only we are considering the displacement, velocity, acceleration and time. But in the dynamics, we are studying the motion of the body with considering force and all these physical quantities. So we are additionally considering force along these physical quantities. So this is the basic definition for the dynamics, that means the rotational dynamics. In rotational dynamics, the motion may be translational or motion may be rotational. Okay, but basically in this dynamics, that means the rotational dynamics, we are studying about circular motion and rotational motion. Both these motions, circular motion and rotational motion, both these motions we are studying in this topic, that is the rotational dynamics. I understood about the rotational dynamics. Rotational dynamics means it is the dynamics in which we are going to study about the circular motion as well as the rotational motion. Okay, so this is very short and brief information about the different types of the branches, and move towards the dynamics, means rotational dynamics. So now, before going ahead, we have to remember last year terms. That means circular motion and rotational motion. Next, types of motion, and then next, rigid body. So let's see one by one: circular motion and rotational motion. Circular motion, we know this is a circle. Every circle has its center, and this is the circular track. Circular track known as circumference. Center indicated by O. Consider a body which has mass, suppose m. Now this body initially at rest. When this body starts moving along this circular track, then the motion of the body we can say as circular motion. Okay. So this is very simple example or very simple definition of the circular motion. That means the circular motion means it is the motion of the body along the circumference. Is called as the circular motion. Okay. Let's see some more details. Join the particle or body with the center, starting from center to the body, means direction, along this direction. Now this is radius or radius vector r. Radius vector or position vector. So this is vector known as radius vector or position vector. Why it is called as position vector because it gives the position of the body or particle during the circular motion at any instant. At any instant. Now, body is present at this position A. It moves ahead at this position B after some time T. After some time T, it moves from A to the B and it requires time T. So this is the final position. With respect to the final position, there is another radius vector. Another radius vector. So during this time T, particle or body covers some angle. Covers some angle at the center. At the center. So this is the angle, and this angle covered by the body in the time T is nothing but the angle or angular displacement. Angular displacement. Okay. So angular displacement in this case is a vector physical quantity. It is a vector physical quantity. So in this circular motion, to study the circular motion or to describe the circular motion, we need to study about the more physical quantities like radius vector, angular displacement, again angular velocity, angular acceleration, angular acceleration. All these physical quantities we have studied in the last year. Radius vector, angular displacement, angular velocity, angular acceleration. These three physical quantities are vector physical quantities. And these three physical quantities always directed along the axis of the circular motion. Always directed along the axis. This is the circular motion. For this circular motion, this is the axis. This is the axis. So along this axis, all these vector physical quantities are present, or the directions of the angular displacement, angular velocity and angular acceleration are present on the axis, and the direction is given by right hand thumb rule. Direction of theta, direction of omega, direction of alpha is given by right hand thumb rule. So how did you decide the directions? By using the right hand thumb rule. To decide the directions of these physical quantities, let us consider circular motion clockwise steps. Clockwise steps. Now take the right hand. Here are different figures 5. Divide these 5 figures in 2 groups. First of 4 and remaining. Second group is remaining figure count. So curl these 4 fingers. And then stretch the remaining finger is thumb. So curl these fingers and stretch the thumb. Now these fingers in this thumb rule, these fingers shows the direction or the sense of the circular motion. If these figures shows the sense of circular motion, then the stretched thumb will show the direction of will show the direction of angular displacement, angular velocity, angular acceleration. Okay. Now this is the clockwise motion. Arrange these fingers in this way so that it gives the sense of clockwise motion of the circular motion. So arrange these fingers in this sense, that is the clockwise sense, and the thumb will show the direction. Thumb will show the direction of the angular displacement, angular velocity, and angular acceleration. Okay. So this is the axis. 12 these fingers in this sense, that is the clockwise direction, and this thumb will give the direction. This thumb will give the direction. This directed into the plane. Directed into the plane. And for the next motion, that is the anti-clockwise. This is anti-clockwise circular motion. For the anti-clockwise circular motion, what will be the direction for the theta, omega, and alpha? What is the direction? Let's see. The right hand. In this right hand, the fingers are curled in such a way that it indicates the anti-clockwise sense of movement of the particular body, and this thumb now will give the direction of the physical quantity. Okay, so this is outward directed. For the clockwise, it is inward directed, and for the anti-clockwise, it is outward directed. So this is right hand thumb rule. You see, to understand how we can predict the directions of the angular displacement, angular velocity, and angular acceleration in the circular motion. So this is very short information about the circular motion and related physical quantity and the rule, that is the right hand rule. And there is another physical quantity, that is the linear velocity. Linear velocity always directed along the tangential direction. At this position, tangent, this is the tangential direction. At position, linear velocity will be along this tangent. At position B, linear velocity will be along this tangent. Means direction of the linear velocity is continuously changing. So linear velocity in this case means in this circular motion, the particle possesses the linear velocity. Particle has linear velocity, and linear velocity has a certain direction, and its direction changes position to position. Means direction continuously changes. Okay. So all these information have studied last year. So let's see. Let's say next, rotational motion. Rotational motion. To study the rotational motion, first of all, study the rigid body. Before going to study about the rotational motion, we need to study about the rigid body. So what do you mean by rigid body? We have seen in the nature there are number of bodies. Some of them are rigid and some of them are not rigid. Okay. The simple name of the rigid body is, let's see here, consider one of the body, irregular cell. This body consists number of particles. Consider any two particles. Particle A, particle B. Consider any two particles AB. If we join these two particles, we get a distance AB. Now, to this body, apply some external force. apply some external force. This is the body. Like this, apply some external force along the certain line. It may be single force or two forces, like first force and the second force. These two forces will try to press the body, so that the distance between the two particles may change. Distance between the two particles may change, but the bodies in which there are some